Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to this video series from. It's me again, Peter. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I'm going to address another topic, setting up a virtualization lab. I usually get this question most of the time, and I really wanted to explain some stuff before you get started with your own lab, so you don't get disappointed. First, lab is just for testing and for learning. I have not been able to, well, I don't plan to put my lab into production, so that doesn't affect me. So there's some other tech guys that actually do that, but it's not recommended because your virtualization lab is just for you to test things out. So first thing we're going to be considering right here is your CPU. Now we're going into hardware consideration. We need to make sure that your CPU support virtualization extension. Most of the CPU today on a regular laptop, I've been able to virtualize machine on them and they really run good. So we shouldn't have issue with that. RAM is another big thing. Virtual machine are actually, they consume a lot of RAM. So the more RAM you have, the more VM you can actually run simultaneously. Now, what about the storage? Most of the time, I recommend you running your lab on SSD. Why? Because it actually improved the performance over the traditional HHD. If you don't have the capacity to go for SSD, to be honest, HHD is going to work. But you might just feel some performance issue here and there. Well, anyway, this is not production, this is lab. Now, going to networking. You need to know a little bit about networking because you wanted to consider if you're going to be able to log in or remote connect to this computer or this machine that you are building. Also, how they are going to talk together. Now, let's go to software choices. In the world of virtualization, we have a type 1 hypervisor and we have type 2 hypervisor. If you're so lucky enough to get your hands on the type 1 hypervisor, which are bare metals hypervisor, like a VMware, vSphere, or EXXI, Microsoft Hyper-V, or Zense. The type 2 of the type 2 of the type 2 hypervisor, like VMware Workstation or Oracle VirtualBox. In this video series, I'm going to be showing you hypervisor because VMware is also good, but you need to have like like another subscription or maybe an access to be able to get to that type 1 hypervisor. But if you have a very big and robust computer that have all the CPU, the RAM, the storage, the networking, you're very good to go because you can just install the VMware Workstation Pro. I enjoy when I'm using that also because it gives me a lot of flexibility, and I'm going to show you in the future video of this series. So now talking about hypervisor, what I'm going to be using is the Microsoft Hyper-V. Now, your network configuration is very important because we're going to be setting up a VM to communicate with each other, to the host, and also to the outside world. But I don't think you really want to do that because, hey, it's just for you to come over to your laptop, open it, and just connect. But at least understanding the concept of NAT, bridged, or internet-only networking, it's kind of fun. So I think these are all the things. Oh yeah, I forget about the application and the operating system that you're going to use. Most of all these things are just free online. You can download them and use it for your purpose, even without licensing most of them because it's just for testing purposes. You are now going to production with this. So with that being said, I think I've covered most of the things that you need to know. Number one, make sure that your hardware is actually important. So your CPU, your RAM, your storage, and your networking. Then your software choices, which is going to be your hypervisor type, and also a little bit about network configuration and the operation system that you're going to be using. I'm going to show you, like I mentioned, how I'm going to couple all this together in the next video. And I really thank you so much for watching. If you have any question, please do let me know. And maybe I've not covered everything and you really want to add some stuff into it, I appreciate your feedback also. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye for now.